2, 1, and we are live.
Hello and welcome to the Sunken Submarine Podcast. I'm Sammy and I'm here with David.
Hello.
Another week, another dollar, baby. I wish we got paid for this.
Well, let's make it a thing. Let's make a product someone would actually pay for.
Sorry,
What'd you do?
I have our YouTube turned up. I don't know if you could hear that or not.
I didn't hear anything. Nope,
So
you sounded fine.
Slightly delayed because it just went hello and
Oh.
All right. So, anyways, I don't know what you said because I got distracted. What did you say regarding us getting paid for this?
I was saying let's make content that people will pay for, or just anything that people will pay for, and then it's worth it.
Following for that though, throw in some sponsorship.
Yeah, we should probably promote this because we don't.
I know. We only I think if we promoted it, we get at least 34.
Yeah. Maybe thumbnails help. Who knows? Anyways, this is a sad week. Not just due to our big loss of Kobe yesterday and his daughter and everyone on that plane, and hearts go out to all of them, but for the traditional reason is because it is 14,294 days since the death of John Lennon. So that's sort of the main reason we're sad today.
Yeah, we can't overlook the death of John Lennon.
I was thinking about it though. It's like that's got to be like yesterday was such a shocking day. Like it felt really surreal. That's what it had to have felt like back in 1980 with John Lennon. It had to be so strange.
Oh, it had to have been.
It's so weird.
All I could think was, after all this happened and we were planning for the podcast today, I was thinking, in about, 14,000 days, somebody's going to start a podcast about Kobe Bryant. This is a sad day. It's been 14,000 days since we lost Kobe Bryant. And now
I feel bad laughing about anything related to it, but some idiot's going to be dumb enough to do that, yeah.
Black Hawk Down. Okay, enough of that. And I will say, that one really hit home with me yesterday. As somebody, my favorite sport's basketball. I love playing it, love watching it. I love the game. And as somebody who grew up watching, he's one of the best, right? And it's interesting, even people from Chicago felt this one, right? And, a lot of people from Chicago are like, oh, Kobe, he's not MJ, right? And they do the same thing with LeBron, but he is one of the greatest. And I think that's to be noticed. And I think he built not just a legacy in basketball, but he became an icon outside of basketball. He became a good family man. He made a good impact on just society in general. And he did a lot of good, and he was his work ethic is unlike any other I've ever seen. And it's interesting. So I didn't believe or saw it because his record was broken. So I thought it was like a joke, like his record got broken and they were posting that.
But what a fitting last tweet that he had.
Yeah.
Where he basically was, who was that? That was
LeBron.
Yeah, basically saying congrats for passing it, and saying the amount of shots and no bitterness. It didn't seem like at all. He's just like happy he's progressing the game forwards. It'd be easy to get caught up when you're the number one if someone passes you in anything to be a little.
Well, he was the number. Yes.
Well, number one with that record.
No, he was number 3.
Oh, he was.
Spot.
Oh, then he doesn't. Then there's no. He didn't lose anything then. Never mind.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just surreal. So, and like you said, I'm sure the exact same thing happened back in the 80s.
I don't remember a death causing like this much of a shockwave since like Michael Jackson. Like I feel like this is a bigger deal than Mac Miller and some of these other ones we've lost lately. I don't know why. Don't know why.
He didn't overdose and he was a good guy. I mean, obviously Mac Miller, great guy, you know, but he didn't. He was clean, you know.
So, anyways, one of the things we're going to talk about today is the Grammys, which by a really weird coincidence were at the Lakers stadium, which is so bizarre. So they had Kobe's jersey lit up on the sides, and the whole thing was kind of solemn to begin, and strictly because of that, strictly because
Yeah,
of Kobe, and I think that made for a really really solid intro to the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I felt like it added a lot of emotion to the whole event. That
and
we,
it was a lot more. That was a lot more natural and not scripted.
yeah,
And
exactly.
um, what's her name? Alicia Keys. She is weird. I mean, she's a weird girl, and it just that was more of a natural. We need to come together in unity. This is a rough time. Here's what's going on. It wasn't political either, which was kind of cool, and it was all about
Hardly
the
anything was political last night. It
some of
was
the
really
people we've
really
right, and I
surprising.
because it was this, and I loved her connection to saying what a better night to come together in unity to celebrate the one thing that can bring everyone together, right? I thought that was really cool because I always have been an advocate that music builds relationships. Music is kind of the centerpiece of everything.
Yeah, and in this situation, I mean, I don't know. She killed it. She did amazing. She really did a great job the whole time. Made me want to go see her. I was looking up. She's in Cincinnati, but it's like $400. Not
She
worth
is
it.
I,
Not
as
worth
long as she's singing, I don't care. It's when she's talking I can't listen to her.
it.
It you know it reminds me of somebody you and I went to school with. We both know this individual, and I just can't stand it. I can't listen to her.
I don't know who you mean, but that's okay.
It's a guy I'm talking about.
Don't know.
I'm not gonna say anything, but
Don't know.
um, you got your phone on you?
Yeah, I do. If you want to let me know.
So anyways, it's just she's just weird. And she's like, oh, what's going on? And then you're like, all right, how about you
She
just
is, and
chill for a second?
I dig it. I like it.
Just oh, I hate it.
I like it. It's funny. She's so strange.
All right, I just sent it to you. You're gonna look at it and you're never gonna be able to listen to her the same ever.
Oh, okay. No, I'm never gonna compare those two. No, not in
Oh
a
my
million
god,
years.
they're identical. They're the exact same. And it
Didn't know that's how you spelled his name.
I don't think that's how you spell his last name,
Oh,
but I don't know. Um, so that I was actually disappointed when I found out that Alicia Keys was hosting again. Because she bothers me that much. She makes me uncomfortable when she's talking. But she did a great job last night, and I loved that whole after the opening section when she was very somber and just kind of telling her the crowd
yeah.
to join her. She did that whole, what do you want to call it, melody?
Like melody for everyone that was there that night.
Loved that. I
That was
was
awesome.
all about that. I thought that was so cool.
And it was really simple, but there was something about it that was just fun. It was a great transition from one mood to another too. It was the only way that I felt like they could transition from that place of like solemnness and then she like drifted it over to a place where everything kind of fit just right.
Yes. And she chose a good song to do it to.
Yeah,
Because that is more of a slower song, right? So it fit because it would slowly let into kind of some happier vibes. Anyways, do you want to talk about the performances last night?
yeah, yeah. We can talk about the performances because I know we have a difference of opinion on at least one of them. Uh, one of the first ones I think was Blake Shelton. Didn't do much for me. Just kind of a boring
Oh,
performance.
I didn't write that one down.
I didn't.
I wrote them all down. I wrote them all down. That was the only one I think that I didn't write down. Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
Uh,
Sorry.
with what's her name? Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani. Yeah, see, I didn't write that one down. That one didn't do much for me either, which is why I didn't write it down. But
The normal performance of two country artists in love
yeah,
doing
I
their
mean, she's
thing.
not. She's more pop.
Yeah, uh, yeah. It was a country song though.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was just
It was fun.
whatever. Yeah,
In fact, it felt kind of awkward to me, but
awkward to start with for sure.
definitely the beginning. It was just super weird. I don't know why.
Yeah, I agree with that. I thought for some reason I had it in my head that Lizzo started, but you're right. Blake Shelton started.
No,
Speaking of
Lizzo.
Lizzo,
I'm sorry, Lizzo started before
so she did open.
she did open. She opened before there was any talking.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She started with "We love you, I love you, Kobe," and then she yelled, and then she sang the song, that song that's like "I love you" or whatever. So yeah, Lizzo started it off. That's right.
You are slightly peaking, David. I'd bring you down just a little knob. There you go. That's it. That's all you needed.
Let's see, and great.
Um
Lizzo,
so yeah,
her
Lizzo.
performance. She began,
Yeah,
mentioned Kobe, went into her song about love, did her thing, danced around.
played the flute, which was cool.
The flute was the best part of her entire performance. I didn't expect that at
Easily.
all.
Easily. The flute was the best. She pulled that out. I got excited. I was happy. I wish there was more flute and less of her voice.
I actually completely agree, and I don't even know if she was playing it. She probably wasn't really, but just the fact that she had an instrument and it was a flute
But
made me pumped.
I have been playing it because she can play the flute.
Oh, I know she can. I know. Afterwards, I was looking her up. I know she plays the flute, but
Yeah.
I still I'm not sure if she was really playing it or not. I don't know. Maybe she was. She probably was. I guess why not? She
Yeah.
probably does it all the time.
That was weird.
I wasn't the biggest fan. I don't really like her as an artist that much, but I mean, Truth Hurts is still one of the best songs ever made. I still
It
love
is
that song.
the best song ever made.
I love that song to death. If it comes on anywhere I'm at, I'm disappointed in everyone that's dancing around me and pumped about my own dancing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And this is how many whatevers later after the song has been through the ringer, but
Gosh, that is like an anthem for women this year.
yep,
I get scared when I'm out and that song comes on and all you hear is women screaming the song and all the guys are very uncomfortable.
that's like that's like what I said. I hate it when everyone else around me is dancing, but I'm ready to dance myself.
No. Another performer last night was the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, it was good. There was
I
nothing really
I
to
love
stand out.
that idea of those three in the center of a crowd, absolute center, and like a lazy Susan just kind of spinning around as they're playing. I think that's kind of cool because then everybody gets to see their favorite brother, right? And I mean, I like them, you know that. I'm a suck for them, and
Oh,
I'm a suck for you. Um, but their live performance made me like that new song more.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with
That new
that.
song, I was like, I mean, you heard me on the podcast. I was like, man, it was okay, did nothing for me. But when I saw that live, that was kind of cool. I went, ooh, this is a bopper. So
But for them, I mean, I guess yeah, like you said, they sort of had the rotating. But there was for the amount of things that were done for so many other parts of their show. I don't think this was considered one of the highlights at all.
yeah, no, I agree with that.
And the next one is
You know, or do you want me to say it?
I don't have a list up. Was it Tyler the Creator?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say, yeah, he was the next one. I thought you were gonna say, oh, don't get me started on this one.
Uh, it's not that. It's just some people like pizza with like anchovies and olives on it, and I like pizza with sausage and a little bit of pepper and pepperoni, some good cheese. Some people like a lot of onion on their pizza. Like I can understand that there can be really good quality olives, good quality anchovies, good quality whatever bread,
But they don't belong on pizza.
but it is not my thing at all. Yeah, you can put pineapple over there too. It can be the nicest pineapple in the world. And like I like Jimmy Buffett. There's so many people that don't care about Jimmy Buffett. It's not their thing. It's music's not made for them. This music's not Tyler the Creator's music over all the years has never been made for me. It's not my thing. That being said, the energy that it brought the crowd seemed to be maybe the peak of the night or up there for hype. I mean, the crowd absolutely loved it. Um,
I was
he looks so ugly in that wig.
I was so into it, and I when that bass drops, that was something out of you know where he took that out of. Uh, he totally took that out of Gambino's book, Childish Gambino's book, with Sober. And now that it's sober, I'll never be over.
What
You
part
know what I'm
of
talking?
the song?
But now I'm so high. When that bass drops, it goes crazy, right? And that's what I felt with this song. And I knew it was coming because I loved the album. Um,
Also,
and
yeah, you didn't put it in your top 10 though.
no, you're right,
Yeah.
but I did love it. Anyways, he so I knew it was coming, and when it came, I was so into it. All I could think was, imagine being in this crowd right now. You know, at a regular concert, not at the Grammys, at a regular concert. People would be moshing. Everybody's pushing everyone. Everybody's having a blast and killing people, and it's got to be great. I was so into it. I was so into it.
Not my thing. Not my thing. Probably one of the most creative. Ironic with his name, but he's probably the most creative artist that's up there. He created this whole aura about himself, and I feel like it's sort of an era that he's created, and it's cool. I think he's got a good message with it. Just not my style.
I also think he's, a let's be real. He is a pretty down to earth guy, and I mean, you saw
He's
his
kind of a
speech.
jerk.
I don't think he is at all.
A little bit.
I don't think he is. I really don't.
I kind of.
And I think he, outside of his rap, he's like a whole different guy. And I think that's kind of cool. He's kind of created a persona in music. Um, I don't know. I think it's really cool. And I mean, he won the award. I don't know if we should be talking about awards, but he won the award for best rap album, which I was hoping it was either going to be him or Meek Mill. If it was any of the other people, I would have been very upset.
Yeah, he deserved it. Definitely the most creative of the year
Yeah,
by far.
and
I'm surprised there's not more artists doing that sort of thing. It must be difficult to do.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was happy he got it, and I thought, I don't know. I think he's an awesome guy, and I think it fit. That's all.
Man, that wig is bad. So I know it's intentional, but man.
It is intentional.
All right, what do we have next? Next performance.
I also just wanted to say we talked about Lizzo, that she won an award last night too, but I don't know for what. I don't remember. Do you?
No.
She was one of the first awards of the night.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
It was for Truth Hurts, and all I could think was, man, I hope she doesn't win the rest of the night.
Was it like was it a female win? Was it like best female vote, like something?
Female art, maybe female song, something like that. Yeah, could have been. All right, so the next performance was a tribute. We'll do both the tributes next, so we're not going to go in order. We're going to switch it up.
Sure.
Talk about the Usher tribute to Prince. He played 3 songs by Prince. So it was a medley.
What was the relevance of him doing that again? Was it an anniversary of a certain amount of years? I can't remember what the reason was.
His birthday, maybe? I don't know.
My mom I was sitting in the room with my mom the other day, and suddenly I hear a video of us about to blow out the candles on a cookie cake for John Lennon. And I can't remember if it's his birthday or his death day, and I still don't remember.
It was his death day.
That's so screwed up.
We were celebrating the anniversary of his death.
That's so messed up. Oh gosh.
We are messed up people.
What in the world? Okay, well anyways, there was a tribute by Usher.
1,000. What an honor it is to have his legacy live on that long. I had to watch what I was gonna say. Oh man. So anyways, back to Usher and Prince. It was good. I like Usher. I mean, I think he is one attractive male.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
I don't know if the tribute was that great.
I don't think it was. I don't think it really got the point. It seemed like it was a little less about Prince than a tribute should have been. That's what it felt like to me. Even though it was literally showing him and playing his songs, it just.
Yeah, you know, and it was also weird because they had like a female dancer next to Usher, who's apparently a big name dancer. Like everybody I know knows who that is. I've never heard of her before though. But she didn't sing at all. And that was also just kind of weird because it had nothing to do with Prince.
Yeah, he just needed someone to dance with, add a little bit more to the spectacle, I guess. I don't know. I agree. I mean, unless Prince had someone like that, which I don't think he did.
That being said, I do want to say anytime I find myself, and this is at all the Grammys, not just this one, every time I find myself really jamming hard when classics are played. Absolutely jamming, like um with this one when they played Kiss, and I'm sitting up there and I'm just singing my heart out, high pitch and everything, and then I'm like Kiss, and I'm just totally into it. And
Oh, you mean give me a kiss? Walk this way?
no, the Prince song.
Oh, Prince on Kiss. Okay. Sorry, I thought your reenactment was the other.
Be rich to be my girl. Yeah, I was so into it, and um, I just find myself every time there's like a throwback song like that played, getting super into it. I got into it with the past Grammys. I mean, I always get into it. And that goes into the next one we're gonna skip. We're just gonna skip around now. Another throwback last night was Aerosmith, which was a hot mess. The performance was all over the place. It was the worst performance of the night, but it was a classic jam, so I was into it and I was singing.
Yeah, it actually got a lot better after um oh, what are their names?
Run DMC.
Run DMC got out there. It started off a mess, but it got better after they were up there because it started off really rough. Everything just sounded terrible. I'm not even sure why. I mean, Tyler can't even hit all the notes quite right. Steven Tyler, he's just getting a little up there in age. And
Well, remember last year, I was sitting there and I went, "Holy cow, we covered Steven Tyler last
with
year."
Post Malone,
What?
Post Malone did a song with them recently, like in one of the award shows at some point. I swear it was him.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Who who am I thinking of that Post Malone did it with? Am I thinking of the wrong thing?
I don't know. I know we covered Steven Tyler though last year, and they had to cancel their tour. Remember? Because Steven Tyler got very sick and was in the hospital.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that's what I was talking about. I mean, he's an old fart. He can't hit the notes anymore. He went way too hard back in the day. Um,
Yeah, he did. This is this was the VMAs.
oh,
Yeah, they all sang together.
okay.
That's what I was thinking of, and I thought their performance was fantastic.
Oh, it was good?
Yeah, it was.
Because this one was a hot mess.
Yeah, they all are. Posty.
I okay.
I
I kind of see it.
thought I
Kind of.
remembered seeing it. I thought I remember that, and I thought that no, I thought that one was fantastic. This one, yeah, like you said, not good. And I was expecting it to be good, and I was kind of wondering why Aerosmith is at all these events, but because there are still plenty of good artists that are still alive and willing to do that.
Yeah. It sounds like they just released an album though, and that's why they started off with their song called "On the Edge" or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm living on the edge.
I think that was the worst part of that performance. Ugh.
It was so bad. Oh. Oh man. Going into other collabs that happened last night. Um,
Why was
well,
BTS? Why was BTS with? Why did
because
BTS join
Nas
that song?
put out what 25 remixes of his song.
Was BTS one like up there? I don't remember even seeing that one.
Yeah, there was a BTS
I
one.
just stopped listening to versions of that song after the second one.
No, there was a BTS one.
Well, that was their moment to shine. They came all the way here just to do a
That was
little clip of a
that
song.
one though.
What?
That was their first Grammy performance. And then obviously we saw Diplo, Mason Ramsey.
Yeah. I actually liked that entire performance. I'm not gonna lie.
That kid was yodeling in Walmart and then all of a sudden ends up on the Grammys, dude.
Was
How
that
wild is
that
that?
was at least like what, 2 years ago? I mean, that was a while
Few
ago.
years ago. Do you
And I
remember?
remember talking about this guy's not. We're not gonna be talking about this guy in 2 weeks. He's gonna be over, done.
Do you remember my claim though?
No.
And it was Lil Nas is going to be the next Mason Ramsey. He's gonna be a thing, a one hit wonder, and disappear.
But Mason Ramsey hasn't even done that.
And now they're both performing. Mason Ramsey was at Coachella. They're performing at the Grammys. What is going on? A SoundCloud artist and a yodel kid in Walmart are making these shows.
Yeah, but then you look at like Cardi B and you're like, yeah, I guess that's kind of how they all are.
True. He started in a different place.
I liked that whole thing. It was nowhere near the best performance of the night, but it was just fun. It was just silly. It was fun. It was
You know,
enjoyable.
and I was thinking last night, and I was talking with some of the people I live with, and I said, this Lil Nas doesn't care about winning an award. You can tell
No, he
he
doesn't.
didn't
He
want
just
anything. He was happy to be there,
he's having fun and making money, and he's just doing his.
and he was just happy to be there. You could tell he didn't really care if he won.
Yeah,
He just wanted to be.
he still feels lucky, which he is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I do like seeing Billy Ray up there because I kind of wonder if they've ever met. I mean, I don't know how many performances they've done together, but they didn't meet when. I don't know. Think they met when they did the remix of the song.
Well, they've met several times since then
Have they? I,
because they did the music video together.
oh, that's
They've
right.
done.
Yeah, I knew they did
They
that.
they show them in the recording studio, so they may have met, at some point to record. They've met a lot, so
Such a random thing, and it's the biggest song of 2019. What in the world?
I know.
What in the
Classified
world?
as
What?
and it's classified as country.
That's the best part.
Best part. um. Oh, talking about country artists. We went over Blake Shelton, went over Lil Nas, and now we're gonna go into Tanya Tucker.
Was she that older lady?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with her work. I was fine.
It was fine. She is Botoxed up, dude.
Yeah, something's unnatural there. Is the best way to put it.
And I couldn't get over that, so I couldn't focus on her voice at all.
Which was
Because
just fine, anyways. Past
I
its
was just.
prime, clearly.
And then another one was Bonnie White.
Yep.
Right. It was okay.
Same thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, same thoughts. I couldn't believe that Tanya Tucker was up for record of the year, dude.
I didn't understand that.
I couldn't.
Never heard of her.
If she wins this award, I am done watching. I am done watching.
I don't know who's making these decisions, which was something we were planning on talking about, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that now, or do you just want to wait?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I don't care.
Okay.
No need for flow.
Yeah.
So given our thumbnail, you can see we have Billie Eilish stealing the Grammys because she won 4 awards.
More than that.
Four Grammys, and her brother won one.
I thought she won 8 total.
Maybe she won some beforehand, but she won 4 while the show was going.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure if
Um,
she won any before that. She won 4 very main ones. She won what, album of the
yeah.
year, song of the year, best new artist of the year, I think.
She won everything. Um, so yeah, basically what happened earlier this week is there was a statement that came out, and it was by the former CEO of the Grammys. Her name is Deborah Dugan. And she came out to the public, to the news companies, to everyone. And like I said, former CEO, and said you cannot trust the Grammys. They're all rigged. She has evidence for it. And basically, the nominations and the winners are selected with the producers in the room. And the producers kind of schmooze the academy and kind of get their name, who gets, the award ultimately. And it's pretty nasty stuff is going on. And then there's also a sexual harassment allegation going on. Not her. She did not say that she was sexually harassed. She said that there was potentially some sexually harassment for someone. She didn't say who. Somebody who wanted a Grammy and was implemented to do things to get the Grammy. And a lot of artists, including one that got an award last night, P. Diddy, have come out and said, yeah, they're rigged. Neo was another one that came out and said they're rigged and agreed. They're happy that this Deborah Dugan that came out and said that they're rigged. There's multiple artists that have come out and agreed with her that they're rigged.
Now, have any of these people that have agreed actually won one?
Well,
Or
P.
is
Diddy
this.
did. He won last night. He won an award.
That's right. Because I just want to be able to rule out that this is just bitter people being bitter that they're not the head anymore or that they didn't win an award. And
I can't say none of the new artists are ever going to claim something like that, right? And it also
they probably
sounds
don't
like
know either.
Deborah. I was just about to say Deborah made it sound like sometimes the artists don't even know that their producers going behind their back to do all this. Hello?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So she's also made that she made that pretty clear. I don't know. This is pretty crazy stuff. So
Yeah, I almost wonder. It didn't seem to affect anything this year, but with the fact that Billie Eilish won so many things does make it seem so rigged because I don't know. It just felt odd. Um and I kind of agree with Billie Eilish on album of the year. I think Ariana Grande should have won that one over Billie Eilish. She shouldn't say that, but I think that probably she should have.
take into consideration streams and album purchases and things like that.
Do I think they take that into consideration? Is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
do that. I don't know.
I bet not. Probably not.
You don't think?
Nope.
Okay.
Because
Just
if they
curious.
if they did, then why don't you have like a Watch Mojo video that says the top albums, most listened to albums of the year? You know.
Yeah. No, I'm just curious because that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's all weird. It's all really weird. And
So all this stuff came out, I think, last Tuesday. So the Tuesday before the show, all this came out, and I just couldn't believe it. I thought I was about to text you and say, we need to do an emergency podcast and cover this before the show. But it all fits. You know, we're talking about how they're rigged and Billie Eilish won everything, so it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So now the whole people will all have been arguing she's an industry plant. Well, it's a little harder to
And,
argue against that than it already was,
yep, that's not going to happen.
because that really felt like it. She does a good job of acting if she doesn't think she is, because she really made it seem like she was embarrassed to have won so much when other artists could have won. That seemed really genuine. So don't know.
I don't think she's a. I've already told you that.
I I don't think so either. I don't think that word makes any sense. That term.
Well, I told you that too. Makes no logical sense. And
Everyone's going to use their connections that they have. It doesn't mean you're an industry plant.
yeah.
So
Well, so that's the whole thing with the rigged Grammys. Now we're going to go into her performance because she performed last night. Obviously, she won everything. We know that. But she performed last night as well. And I'm going to be 100% real with you. I was stunned with her song selection and very, very happy with it.
well, I'm glad she didn't do the standard.
What do you mean?
She just she could have really done the her top, and she
Bad guy?
did she play bad guy? I don't even remember. She didn't do bad guy. That's what I
No,
meant
she didn't
though.
play.
That's what I meant. Did she play it?
Is that, no, she didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't do that. I
Yeah,
didn't
she
think
played
so.
played When the Party Ends. I think that's what it's called. When the Party is Over.
I was trying to remember if she had done part of bad guy before that was all. Uh, I don't know.
I
So,
was happy
so
with this.
why were
Oh,
you happy with that choice?
I was. I mean, it's one of the songs that made her big. That and Ocean Eyes are the two that made her really big. And I appreciate that. I also feel like, she's weird, right? She's into the whole like creepy spiders and bunch of like horror stuff. She puts horror in her music, right?
I like her like
Um
neck twitches as she performs to look you all creepy. I like that.
uh and this one, it was, a slower song. It fit. The way I see it is, you have an audience, a very wide range audience from, 13 years old all the way to probably 50, 60-year olds. I mean, look, my dad watched it. He's 70, right? So it fit that demographic. It attracts everyone. Also, I just got a text asking me if
You cut out right when that happened. Can you repeat that again? No, I think you cut yourself out by looking at the text. You're gonna have to try to bring yourself back into play. I'll text you and see if you are. Well, I don't know what he's about to say, but I'm gonna try to fix his. I'm gonna try to see if I can call him back. All right, so I invited him back again. You can see my beautiful. Oh, you can't see my beautiful face up there. It's one of these is my face. There it is. Invite people, Sammy Rita. That was weird. I don't know what happened. I said, was that intentional? He goes, no. What are you talking about? Not at all. And he's like, where are you? What? I'm calling you back. He says, call again. I just did. Invite people, Mr. Rita. Let's see if that got him. Was that from you looking at a text that it went away?
No,
Then I have no idea.
because I'm not on my phone. I'm on my laptop. That shouldn't have any impact.
Then I have no clue. It was right when you said, I got a text. And then
Are
it
we
cut
still
out.
live?
Yeah, we're still live.
All right. Can you see me?
Yep.
All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Don't know, but I kept us going there by just going like, well, so here's the update. Sammy's gone, and he asked me where I am, whatever the heck that means.
So I just got a text asking me if you even saw the Grammys.
Oh, because of that event.
And then they followed up with come on, because you said did she sing bad guy or whatever. And then they followed up with David's neck twitching looks like he's having a stroke.
Yep, that's basically what she looked like.
Oh god. Am I on still?
Yeah, yeah, you're alive and well.
I can't see you, but that's fine. Not a big deal.
I can toss it back over. I forgot to do it.
No, you don't need to.
There you go.
Oh, okay. All right.
No,
I lost my.
no. I mean, did I watch it? Yeah. Was I playing Mario at the same time? Yeah. But my point was I didn't miss it. It's just they do a lot of montages, and I can't remember all their montages if they include different bits and pieces. That's all.
Okay. I'll let you know what that person says.
If they say that I don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. I don't care. Maybe I don't.
All right. So we talked about Billie Eilish. Oh, we mentioned Ariana Grande should have won that award, right? Album of the Year. Well, she performed last night, and she performed. I don't even know what the first song she performed was, but then she performed
Seven Rings.
Seven Rings.
Yep. Afterwards.
And it was good.
I thought it was a great performance.
I, you know, she's a performer. That's what she does, and you could tell. I mean, I think a concert of hers would be fun to go to.
I
really
too.
do.
I think it would be quite the show compared to some artists where they just they sing or whatever play their instrument. She would be all over the place with a crew. Like even the whole
Yeah.
"Thank You Next" thing, I'm sure there would be a bunch of people in Santa costumes up on stage. But did you see what happened at the very end? That was closing out. It was like people called it like closing out the era. She took the ring off and put it back in the box,
Huh.
signifying the end of that album. She's done.
Or signifying the end of Dave. What's his name? Butthole Eyes.
The heck is that guy's name? Um,
Dave, David,
no, it's not David. Uh, this is
Pete
horrible.
David,
Pete
Pete David.
Davidson. That's where the David came from. I'm like, his dad died on 9/11, but I don't know anything about him.
Butthole Eyes. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I know those two.
um Pete Davidson. What a great guy.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Um, wow, we've talked about a lot.
Okay, see you next week.
Bye. No, we haven't gotten to the best performance of the night yet. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're both on the same page.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, Demi Lovato's
Oh,
performance.
oh, 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 oh.
Performance of the night. She is back into the music industry, and you could tell she was struggling to even start singing on stage. I mean, she was crying and she was emotional, and because this is the first time she's been on stage, been singing since
Basically, since she ran into, I don't know exactly when it was, but she ran into major drug problems, got really bad into it, and then finally went to rehab and got herself out with the help of
yes,
a lot of people.
while she was on the drugs, and she was, but the most recent one where she almost died, um, that was the biggest overdose, and then that's when she went into rehab.
Yeah.
And this was her first performance out, and it was, you could just tell she gave her all into this performance. All the
Literally.
all the power, all the singing, everything went into this. Everything. And it
Every
was,
emotion that you could possibly, that she could have possibly conveyed was like to everyone there. You could tell that everyone there and everyone watching. I mean,
and you could tell every word she was saying she meant, and it was a very powerful, moving performance. I mean, I've never been that big of a Demi Lovato fan, and I've always felt like she's not the greatest, and this was amazing. I mean, it was, her voice was on a level of maturity to where it sounded like Adele. I mean, it was that beautiful.
yeah. I mean, did you notice she started the song and then got choked up and stopped, and then
Oh,
had to point back to the piano guy and say, "All right, start it up again."
yeah.
He actually stopped it. So, I mean, clearly, I doubt that was I doubt that was a written script to throw that in there. But
If you look, she's even crying. I mean, she's got tears streaming
yeah,
down her.
yeah. And then at the end, she seemed so happy and relieved. She's like, she had this look of like relief that all these people were accepting her again, and
I
she,
think she was scared she wasn't going to be accepted.
yeah, that's what she felt like. She when people stood up and clapped, she's like, "Really, me? You guys are okay with this?" And that was very, very emotionally strong performance. And her voice was unbelievable. I haven't heard a voice like that in a long time. For I don't even know. I can't even think of an example where I've heard someone sing that well in the past couple of years. But I'm sure there are.
Since
What?
I said since Adele's album,
Yeah, an
which is,
album's a different thing though. Then there, it's hard to pack as much emotion sometimes in an album as you can with a live performance.
I know, and that really did it. And it was just, wow. I was very satisfied. I mean, it was the performance of the night, and it was the comeback. It was a music comeback of the night. I mean, that was awesome.
I'm super interested to see if that'll translate to like her older fans and her album sales and what she makes in the future, or if it was sort of a one off, hey, I'm doing good and I'm peacing out, which I highly doubt.
Oh, it could have been, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It easily could have been, that one time I'm good and she's trying to stay out of the limelight because obviously what comes with fame is the drugs, the alcohol, the poison.
Yep. Yeah, that was neat.
Um, and then that was followed up with the Nipsey Hussle
Tribute.
tribute. Thank you.
I just wanted to let you sit on that for as long as possible.
I'm like the bar. I don't know. Uh, the tribute, the tribute for Nipsey Hussle, DJ Khaled, and John Legend. Um, it was an okay performance. DJ Khaled, my gosh, how is that guy famous? Is beyond me. I mean, he is so poorly spoken. He doesn't know anything. It's just wild to me that he is famous.
I'm not.
Uh,
I guess he's just good at being a DJ, good at producing.
no, he's just a marketing genius.
I guess.
Another. I mean, he's tagline Snapchat, another one, and I don't know what else did he tagline. He was I don't know, smart marketing guy.
DJ Khaled.
We the best
That's it.
music.
That's it.
Um, that being said, this tribute was nice. Don't. I'm a little upset that it won the award that it did. The only reason it really won it was because it's a tribute song.
Yeah.
Um, and when they won the award, DJ Khaled gets up there and I'm like, please, dear God, just shut up. But then when John Legend came on, I was all ears because he's so well spoken.
John
It's like
Legend's awesome. What
it's
a talent.
polar opposites.
Yeah, I never had an emotional, any kind of connection with Nipsey Hussle's music. Not too familiar with it, so it sort of takes away when you're not as familiar with who the tribute's about sometimes.
Well, he only got famous because
Someone killed him.
I'm glad you said it.
Well, I don't know. I thought that's what you're gonna say. I don't know if
That
that's
is,
true because I'm not familiar with his work.
he
But
wouldn't be
I
famous if
had
it.
never heard of him up until that point.
Yeah. Um. All right, and then the other performers. That new Spanish girl artist, Rosalia,
Oh
I
yeah, I
think her name.
liked her. Yeah, I thought she was great.
I thought she was good.
I mean, as a starting artist who's not got the money and the experience that all these other artists that she's compared to up there, I think she did a fine job. I think she did fantastic.
Yeah. Like obviously, I agree. She doesn't have the clout, right? And she's speaking a different language. That's hard. I, some of these people aren't cultured, and that's hard to do. Get on stage and perform in front of a bunch of English speaking people. So she did a great job. I was happy with that performance. And then we got two more. Gary Clark Jr.
Yep,
What'd you think of that?
I liked it. I liked it. It was like homey.
I hated it.
Why?
It was all political. The entire song, and it was annoying.
Yeah,
That being said, I did see that his drummer, his guitarist, basically everybody in the band is Jimmy Fallon's band. except for him. So I thought that was kind of
That
interesting.
is really weird. That's like really strange to me, actually. That's good that they're actually getting some recognition, I suppose, even though they still aren't because they don't have the name. But I didn't mind his performance. Thought it was good.
Yeah.
I didn't like it when he came back. I was like, don't come back. When he came back, what did he come back for? It was like the end when they all kind of did. Oh, they did the tribute for the guy who
Tribute
was.
for the executive producer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't want him in there. Just stick with Camila Cabello, who also had a performance. We forgot to talk. I mean, you probably had that on your list, I assume.
Oh, she is. I didn't write her down. You're right. You're right. You're right.
That was almost the second best performance of the night. That one almost brought me to stinking tears too. That was really well done.
Do you think he knew? I was gonna ask you that.
The dad?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
You think he knew? Or do you think she just said it's gonna be a tribute song to you?
I feel like he had to know something, but it's like either way, it almost doesn't matter because in you can get caught up in a moment like that when you know exactly what the song is going to be. So, do I think you know? I think it's kind of hard to believe that he didn't have an idea that there's going to be something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Cause like that easily could have been scripted out, but like clearly he was emotional. I mean his daughter's performing on one of the biggest stages, right?
And decided to make it about him. She could have made it about anything.
You're right.
So I think it doesn't almost matter whether he or not because I think it was a genuine. I think that the emotions were genuine.
Yeah.
So
Well, that was your second favorite, and
I
it was good. But my second favorite performance was by her.
yeah, you said that. Yeah, that was not my second favorite.
I loved that performance. I thought she was just jamming out on that piano. And then she picks up this guitar and starts going at it. I was so hype. I was like, let's go. And then I even texted you and I go, let me put a ring on it. Beautiful. Awesome. I mean, it was so cool.
It was a good performance, and the guitar surprised me because the style of guitar that she played surprised me. It was harder than I think. I don't know her music, but it's usually pretty mild, softer stuff. And
Yeah, it's R&B.
yeah, so yeah, it's
But
great for a
and
performance.
she was in those Pepsi commercials too, playing the electric guitar. So maybe I mean apparently she plays.
Apparently,
I thought that was cool. I wasn't expecting it, which is why I liked it.
do you like her?
Oh yeah,
I like her.
I like her. We spent like an hour doing that one time.
Really,
Uh,
I'm down to do it again. I mean, I
I
don't think
mean,
anybody would listen anymore, but I doubt they're listening at this point. Anyways, we're already like what, an hour in.
well, her is cool. So
You mean she is cool?
no. Her.
I can't do this. I can't. She is cool.
Oh man. All right. We just spent an hour talking about the Grammys. Do you want to go into our spiel here or do you want to call it there?
The podcast?
Podcast. Or do you want to keep going?
Let me propose this to you. Because we either do two podcasts, because we took the time to listen to the music and we've got this stuff over here. I think we should mention it. Do you want to do it tomorrow or do you want to do it tonight?
Let's do it tonight. We don't need to do two podcasts though. We can just keep going then.
All right, let's do it.
Um
We'll actually try to make this quick.
yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I could care less about the singles this week.
Let's do a speed round then.
All right, let's just hit them real quick. Ready?
I gotta pull up this. I gotta pull them up though.
All right. So the first one was "Some Kind of Disaster" by All Time Low.
You know what? I was unbelievably into this. Unbelievably into it.
I thought it was okay. I think it's a good comeback song, but I think
Fantastic
way
comebacks.
too late on anything.
I thought it was. I thought it sounded amazing. I'm glad to hear him back. I think the production was really good. Everything was mixed so well. It just sounded fantastic, and it got me pumped. Next one, May.
Mayday, Yes Day Fever, AWOL Nation. This was the second best single of the week for me.
Also love this song.
Yes.
Uh, really,
This
really
song
good.
well done. I like the whole Spanish side of it, but I also
Yep.
love the AWOL rock.
And the bass just hit.
Yes, it
Bo-
did.
Boss Bitch Doja Cat. I know if this song was on and we were at Tim's or like a club type vibe, we would go bananas. And I
You
know
said
we would. What?
I said you said that last week too.
But I would say that about certain songs, and that's just true. It's just true here. I would never listen to this by myself.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with that. I didn't. I would never listen to this consecutively by myself. It's like, nah, whatever. But
I just gotta put the place of the songs because some songs are different. Like on here, I would listen to Mayday by myself. I would listen to Some Kind of Disaster by myself. But there still is a place for Doja Cat. I can't believe I'm saying Doja Cat. What a ridiculous artist.
Simmer by Haley Williams. I was trying to figure out where I know that name from.
Airplanes.
Yes,
Yep.
I got it. I got it. I'm listening to it and I'm like, where do I know Haley Williams from? And then I went, Airplanes. That's the best song in the world. This song sucked, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, I still kind of liked it. It was mostly boring though.
Yeah.
Speaking of
See, I
boring,
with the songs this week was there. There's no replay value for me. I could easily go the rest of my life without hearing any of these songs.
I feel that way
Even
about the next one for sure.
even the next one, and I was surprised.
That
You
next
know,
one's terrible.
the next one's called "Forever Yours," and it's an Avicii tribute, and it's by Kygo featuring Avicii and Sano Cavazza, and
May as well have been a lullaby.
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it was still upbeat. It's just it sounded incomplete, and that is so rare for a Kygo song. So
Dance of the Clairvoyants. Clairvoyants. Never seen that word before that I know of. By Pearl Jam. This song was awful. This song was terrible. I saw Pearl Jam. I'm like, all right, let's go. No, their voices are shot. They sound is whack. No good.
I didn't mind it.
All right,
I thought it was. I mean, I don't know.
throw it in the submarine.
It was refreshing with all the other junk on this list.
More Than Okay. Rehab featuring Clara May and Sammy's face is in the way. Frank Walker. Pretty okay. Pretty lame.
Best song of the week.
It was really.
It doesn't
Was
say much. It's not up against much. This is the
alright.
best song.
I didn't feel that way about it at all.
More Than Okay, Rehab featuring Claire May and Frank Walker. This was the best song of the week.
Very much disagree, but I guess that's what we call in the submarine, my friend.
Yeah.
Um, is Rehab the guy that did that song that I showed you a while back? That's like, I can't think of how it goes. He's like, and I'm sitting, na 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 na. Ice cold. I can't think of what it is. It's like a country song with a little bit of a beat to it by the Rehab. I could have sworn was the guy's name. Whatever. I can't remember. Maybe it's Rehab without the three.
No, because sorry, I had myself muted. I'm trying to listen to what you may be talking about. But Rehab's like electronic, all electronic.
Okay.
So
So I'm clearly wrong there.
yeah, you're just an idiot.
I'm just an idiot.
They do sing that one. Oh no, never mind. That's not the one. Never mind. The next one we got is "Speed Me Up," Wiz Khalifa featuring Ty Dolla Sign, Lil Yachty, and Swako the Child, and this is for the upcoming movie Sonic the Hedgehog.
I think for a kid's song, because it's clean, I think I think kids will like it. I think they'll like that there's a song that was actually made that's cool, you know, and I think kids will like it. And I didn't think it was terrible. It makes me cringe to think about the fact that they make a song for this movie, but
Yeah,
I think kids like it. I think the intended audience will appreciate it.
I don't know. The intended audience is going to be people like us that played Sonic.
I don't know though, but looking at the trailer, it does not look like it's made for people our age at all.
I think you'd be surprised. It's going to be that, it's going to be the cartoon that's going to have dirty humor behind the scenes.
I could see that. I could see that for sure. Well, if the intended
Like, kids will laugh, adults will be laughing.
if the intended audience is us, then this is an awful song.
So it all depends on who they're targeting.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Um, what was that?
Trying to figure out where my what's going on here.
You just totally ripped a fart. I mean, it was loud.
What?
That's what it sounded like.
I was moving.
I mean, then you were like, "Oh."
Oh man.
Okay, the next one is Bitch by this person.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes, Megan the Stallion. Um, for whatever reason, this appears to be the biggest song of the week, and again, I guess it would be good in a club setting. I would never listen to this on my own.
Did nothing for me.
The next two both have the name love, or both have the word love in it, and I actually liked them both quite a lot. Um, what if I told you that I love you by Ali Gati? I really, 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 really enjoyed this song. Up in my top few of this week.
This is probably my third favorite this week.
Um, why did I? What?
I said I like.
We're doing a speed run, so I'm not even going to get deep into it. So, and then Love in the Dark, Jesse Reyes also liked it. Not quite as much as the one I just mentioned before it, but I think either of these have re-listen value for me, and I'm not familiar with the artist, so I'm excited to see what they make in the future.
Yeah, because they're artists, so.
Right. And I like the style that they're going for here, and I like to see that continue and be done better.
Yeah. All right. Going into albums. We won't do a speed run on this. We'll actually talk about them.
Yeah.
Uh, Dustin Lynch, Tullahoma.
Album of the week.
Without a doubt. Couldn't agree with you more. Um, I knew this album was coming out. I was excited for it. I was anticipating it. Obviously, we saw a lot of these on his EP that he released, which was Riding Roads, Good Girl, and Red Dirt Blue Eyes, I think. Maybe. I'm looking it up. Anyways, we saw
Definitely
some of
Good
these.
Girl.
What?
Definitely Good Girl and
Oh, Small Town. Was Small Town Boy on this? No.
no, that's old. That's old news. That's like what, 2 years ago.
You're old.
Oh, oh, oh.
Well, anyways, some of these songs were released on an EP earlier this year. Dirt Road was, or not Dirt Road, Riding Roads was one of them. I know Good Girl was, and I think Red Dirt Blue Eyes was. Um, I like this album. I like Dustin Lynch. I do. He's probably one of my top country people that I listen to. Um, what do you think? I mean, obviously you said top album of the week, so you liked it.
I loved this album, and I love like there's something about Dustin Lynch's style. It's so like I don't know what other word to use than chill, because he's got this. I think of things in terms of drumming a lot, but he's got something on the first beat, the third beat, the bass on the first, the second and snare, and then on the third, and then he waits and doesn't hit the bass drum until the third of the second beat. I don't know. He does this for Small Town Boy. He does it for like several different songs where he has this same sound, and I just love the way I love that feel. He does it for a lot of them, and it's so the first one is Mama's House on this album, and it just feels right. I love it every time he does it.
You always focus on the drumming. I find that interesting.
What I started
You're a
as.
drummer. What?
It's what I started as. It's where my base of
I
music
know.
began, and I love it when a
Yeah.
beat makes a song, and then he usually supplements that spot without any bass hitting with the guitar, and I just think it sounds great when he does it. It's a common style of his.
Yep. I'm a big fan. Um, outside of the singles, what's your favorite song on the album? I mean, you can include singles because you didn't even know about the EP.
Well, I really like Mama's House, like I just said, and for the reason that I just said, and Little Town Livin', fantastic song. But I really like Think About You as well. So,
Little Town Living's good.
but those are my top two. Probably is Mama House and Little Town Living.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the album. I'll be listening to it the rest of the year. I guarantee you. So it put me in a country mood. I have not listened to country. It even felt, you know how like on Spotify you can hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. You know how you can see um your top genres that you listen to
Yeah,
right here. Well,
couldn't read it.
well, country has completely fallen off. It is not even on there anymore. So this album kind of brought back that whole vibe. I've been listening to, some of the country releases in the past year or two, and some of the other stuff that I've listened to my entire time, and so I'm getting back in now. But yeah, country has fallen off my top list, and this album kind of brought it. Is it didn't bring it back, but I'm working on it. All right, I'm working on it.
All right, I love it. It's always interesting to me because country I tend to listen to on the radio every single day on the way to work and back. That's just what I have in the car. I live close enough to work that it'd be a hassle to plug in my phone. Like simple as that. And so I end up knowing all of the singles to all of these albums, and when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, oh, that was Dustin Lynch. I didn't even realize it because I wasn't looking at who made it. Sometimes I'll know because I'll recognize the voice, but a couple of
But
these I was like,
you
oh,
you always say that about him.
I guess his voice isn't as distinguishable to me.
Yeah, I don't know why.
No idea, because when I hear it, I'm like, duh. So I don't know. Is what it is. But yeah, I like it. No, this definitely has re-listen value, unlike some of these singles. The next one I just saw because I don't remember where I've heard of Breaking Benjamin before, but they put out this album called Aurora, and what it is it's actually most of the stuff on here is actually recreations of some of their songs that they already came out with, and they call it like Aurora version. And I don't know. I went and listened to it because I remember hearing this band, and I really really liked it. Actually, I thought it
So
sounded sweet. What? You weren't a fan?
you need to remember, I've been listening to this band since 2009, 8.
Maybe that's why. I can't remember where I've even heard of them. I thought
And
I
I
had seen them.
clicked on it because when you said Breaking Benjamin and I saw it, I went, no way, they released a new album. And I click on it, and this could be part of it, right? I clicked on it all excited to hear new music. And then the first song comes on, and I know all the words. And I'm like, no,
But you don't like what they did with it?
I'm like, they're remaking this song for a third time, or like, it could have been, it even could be the fourth time at this point. And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And it, you know, it's cool when a band remakes a song after so long, right? For example, everybody wants a Regional at Best remake, right? For
That'd be
Pilot,
interesting. Yeah.
right? Everybody wants that, but they're not going to give it. But everybody wants them to remake it and make it better quality sound, right? It's cool after some time, which this is after some time, but they've already done a remake of it. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't. I wasn't aware of their remake. I remember hearing some of these original ones because
And then
I didn't
it was
realize it wasn't new until I listened to like I was on like the second one and I was like, wait a minute, and then I realized, oh, this is all Aurorified or whatever you call it. But I still think it sounded good. I don't know.
yeah,
I was a big fan of it.
sounded all right. It was a lot. The entire because I listened to the whole thing. It's a lot softer than the original songs. That's the best way to explain it. It's not as hard. What are you doing?
I don't know. My dad made a noise that sounded like a chicken or something. It was like really loud.
I didn't hear it. So, anyways, yeah, these were not as hard as what they once were, but that's okay. It was good. It was good. It just wasn't what I'm used to. That's all.
We're
I
all
don't know.
good. I'm just laughing because of the noise.
You're right over there, dude.
I'm having a ball. So that's
All right.
interesting, and that definitely does make it a little bit different if they have remixed this several times and they're just using it to make money because they don't know how to make any new music anymore. I don't like it when bands do that.
Yeah. Like I said, I still listen to it, still liked it. It's just it wasn't what they once were. And that's what you're going to get from a longtime supporter. And then the last album we have is The Album, Part 1 by Chase Rice. It was okay. The best song on it is the single that was released in 2019, which is Lonely If You Are. Um,
Great song.
yeah, that's the best song on it for sure. I also really liked Everywhere personally.
So there's a song that I don't like in theory, but when I saw him live a few weeks ago, for some reason his performance of it was fantastic, which was Best Night Ever. He played a lot of these. He played a lot of these at that concert. So like Best Night Ever, he just killed it when he was performing it. I don't know why. It's such a simple song. I don't
Best
know.
Night is the one that I like.
Oh, okay.
So I don't disagree with you. I just muted myself and listened to it. I don't disagree with you. That's pretty good. I like the slow. It's like slow during the verses, but then the refrain really picks up and it grabs your attention. I liked it.
And
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just.
no, that's all good. That's what we do
How was
here.
he?
And I'm trying to think of
How
what
was
I want to pull it back up.
what?
Oh, Forever to Go. I like too. So I don't know.
How was live? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How was he
What?
live?
Just kidding. He was fun live. I don't. Did I ever get the chance to talk about it on this podcast?
Oh, I didn't even know you went and saw him.
I did want to go and see him. So here's the thing. He was really good live. Um, what was so interesting about him, because I just like to pull out what's different about artists. It's something that I forget about a lot, is that there's a lot of artists who don't write a lot of their songs, and he is one of them. He he doesn't write a lot of his own music, and a lot of other people write it for him. But what's interesting is he's got this group of like 5 or 6 people that wrote a lot of his songs that got him number one, listens or whatever, and he'll bring them on stage if they wrote the song and have them perform it with him. It's so interesting. It's like all these songs that you would have thought that he wrote that are like literally all of his top songs were written by somebody else, and he brings each one of them on stage to show that he really respects them.
I think that's really cool.
I
You
respect
know,
the heck out of that.
a lot of these people have ghost writers nowadays, and I wouldn't consider that a ghost writer. I just consider it a writer, and he's got a respect for them. I think that's awesome.
I do too. And I was trying to figure out why he kind of had that mentality that he really felt for these artists or for these writers. And then at one point in the show, I think I kind of figured it out because he goes, here's a little song I wrote for Florida Georgia Line, and it was Cruise. He wrote Cruise,
Interesting.
which is one of the biggest country songs of the past decade.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that he understands exactly what it's like to have written songs for people and had not gotten the recognition, and so he wants to support the people who wrote them for him.
Yeah.
Just really, that was the standout from that concert.
That's cool. That's awesome.
And that's that. I don't have any more to say about him. I like him. Good guy.
I do want to mention that Little Big Town came out with a album last week that we did not, but we must have overlooked, which is called Nightfall.
We should probably
That's
listen
it.
to it. I like Little Big Town,
Yeah, probably should.
but it's a lot of albums every week to cover, and
And sometimes we're gonna miss one. All
yeah,
right.
I can't believe it. I missed the Dustin Lynch one this week. it's a good thing we're both on here because I don't understand how the places that I look make it like wouldn't have that album on there. It's gonna be one of the biggest of this week. I don't get it.
Yeah. And I think you and I, like, to a degree, we do listen to somewhat different music. I mean, obviously, same genres, but like, I listen to Dustin Lynch probably a lot more than you do, but then you listen to Jimmy Buffett more than I do, right? Um, so like his, you know how like sometimes it shows up on your phone and it's like, hey, check this new album out. You know, you're one of your top artists have released a new album, you know, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that came up for him, so that's how I knew was when I opened up my phone, Spotify, and it just came up.
Man, that was a ride of an episode. That was a
We're not done.
ride.
We're not done. I want to review our create a hit banger winner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we have David's song, which is song number 1. The producer, editor, DJ is Louis the Child. Writer, Childish Gambino. Song owner and singer, Julia Michaels. Features, if applicable, Busta
If
Rhymes.
applicable.
Applicable, yeah. Busta Rhymes and genre pop. And then for me, song number 2, my producer, beat editor, DJ was going to be Galantis. Writer, John Bellion. Song owner, singer, Zayn. And then the feature, if applicable, Drake. And the genre was electronic. Who do you think the winner was, David?
Well, you already sent it to me, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That you would that well, drum roll. Cue drum roll sound. Wait, I actually got it. Let me do it.
And the winner is song number 2. My song,
Congratulations.
the final total was 55% to 45%. And it was a vote of 21 to 17.
Dang. Well, that's foolproof right there. I think
And for
what
the record, I want to explain to anybody that's listening that did not see this or did not vote. We did not put our names on the songs, so there wasn't a bias towards ultimately voting for, you know, Sammy's song or your song, David's song, based on the person that made it. People voted based off of what they thought was going to be better, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, I think your strengths were definitely John Bellion and Galantis. Definitely great choices.
Well, I will say, David, looking at the results of specific people that voted,
Yeah.
it makes sense for who voted for what song. You are the only one that had a woman. That was an advantage.
Interesting. I think the female vocals make for a hit banger, but maybe that's
That was very unexpected advantage. I didn't have any women as a part of mine.
literally. Did I tell you the reason why I chose her?
Soft voice to Busta Rhymes.
No, the reason I chose Julia Michaels was strictly because I didn't even remember what like I kind of know her music and I liked her last album, but I was just thinking like who sings Issues? Because whoever sings Issues would have the perfect voice for it, and I couldn't remember, and I was like, that's it. I'm like I didn't realize that was her, which is kind of interesting that I didn't realize that, but I'm like that's the perfect voice, but didn't work out. It didn't work out in my favor. I thought it was going to be the hit, and Sammy Rita pulled it out. Zayn, I feel like would have been. I feel like Zayn was the part that threw me off on yours.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say was, you know how I looked up the song "Trampoline." Well, the Zayn version I am addicted to, and you remember when I was like, "Trampoline is an electronic song." That's the type of song I would want produced. So whatever. Anyway, cheers to the both. It was a fun competition. I actually think we should do this more often. This was kind of fun.
Yeah, we should. If we do, I don't want to do it tonight because of timing, but if we do, more competitions like soundtrack, top soundtrack, just whatever our top whatevers are, let's throw them out there.
I agree. And I think that was fun. And it's also, like I said, if you look at the people that voted for each song, it makes sense for each person why they voted for what song. I could actually tell you before they voted who was going to vote for what song. If you gave me a list, I could have given it to you.
Yeah. Do
Kind of
you
interesting.
what was I gonna say? It was gonna be related to the competitions. I don't remember what it was. See, I
Okay.
was like ready to talk, and then I forgot about my point because I was listening to you.
I feel like that happens with both of us though a lot.
Yeah.
So, well, that was a good competition. It was fun. It was real.
Oh, I
And
know what I was gonna say. Do you think we need to come up with some sort of punishment for losses?
we could discuss that. I'm not sure yet. Maybe.
I mean, we'd have to come up with a level of punishment that was not that bad, or but still entertaining.
Yeah.
If
No,
anyone has any ideas and still watching this of a good punishment, let us know.
I don't know if anybody is watching us, but
Well, not currently. I know some people listen to this later. I've heard a few people talk to me about the past couple.
yeah, I had our buddy John contact us about your Da Baby versus Lil Baby. He did not want to be, for the record, he did not want to be known as a Da Baby hater. So,
Oh yeah, so last episode we mentioned that my friend John was hating on I said he was hating on a Da Baby song. He really was only hating on a Lil Baby song. Oh, oops, sorry. All right. Well, that was a good one. Let's close this off here because it's getting kind of late. Are you good with it?
yeah, he closed us up. It's all you. Take the floor.
And that concludes the Sunken Submarine Podcast for week 8 of season 3.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Arrivederci. All you need is love and R.I.P. Kobe, R.I.P. John Lennon.
The real ones.
Have a great week. We'll see you again probably next Monday. I like this Monday thing.
I kind of like this big thing too.
All right.
Although
See you next Monday.
So that's why I really didn't want to do it yesterday.
Yeah, that's all good. All right. Signing off. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.